What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast. Presented by our damn
I
self.
damn so.
So 3, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 3, 21, 3, 21. Shout out 21 Savage. Him and Drake, they were in Chicago at the United Center, a couple weeks back. Yeah. Heard that they definitely did their thing. Chicago been popping. It's been summertime shy, definitely been slapping, yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce is Renaissance is like it's has it passed or it's right around this time?
It's happened. It's happening this
I think
past
it's happening while we record.
it's
Now that I
happening
think
right
about
after
it,
court.
I think it's
Because it was
happening
a
while we
show,
recording. It's like
it was a show that was on Saturday and then they did another show on Sunday.
I'll say I
So
think it's happening now. Yeah, like
yeah,
yeah, as we
she's
record.
doing her thing. I said I've seen some of the videos that some of my friends posted. I didn't go.
Yeah, I
But
definitely.
I'm just trying to do other things right now. I'm trying to because I have some other stuff I want to do. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make a decision. I'm trying to be adult. I'm trying to adult right now. So it's
I
like
may or may
sometimes you
not be.
can't do everything.
Well, I may or may not be at Lollapalooza to see Kendrick, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And that's all I say on that right now. You might see the Oz Man in Grant Park with K Dot. Yeah.
Well, my plan is you go Usher, baby. Beat it up, beat it up. Yeah, I wanna see Usher. So yeah, that's my
Usher,
plan.
if he invites you on stage, what's gonna happen then? That's all I want to know. That's what's gonna happen.
Marcus said she's gonna have a come be sitting right there. Marcus said jokingly.
That's what
He
Envy and
said shit
Charlemagne,
right
on
there.
Breakfast Club, like Envy and Charlemagne both said that they were like, yeah, he's gonna be serenading both of us because I'm be They said they would go on stage. They bring my wife. He gonna be serenading me and my wife because I'm be on stage too.
You better sing my boo to me and my wife be like, it started when y'all was young, y'all were booze. It better be that.
Or like when the guy tried to serenade Babe at the party we went to, and I fucked him up. I was JT. He was
Flash.
Flash, and I was JT. I took his mic and shit and fucked him up at his own thing.
If you just like fellas, if you just see ladies with their boyfriend or husband or sneaky link, whatever the case may be, because sneaky link sometimes when it comes together, I don't know, I guess. But if you see somebody there with their male companion, just move along. Don't.
Well, Usher told you over 20 years ago what he was on. Don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. That's my nigga for real. So he told you what he was on. It's like, we knew it. He was in plain sight. He told you what the fuck he was on. We knew that 20 some years ago. Said, don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. That's my nigga for real. So he always
That was
been on
87
a
on my
lot
album.
harder than somebody
Yeah.
else's girl. He been on that.
Yeah.
Him and R. Kelly were the same girl. She hopes she was legal. Again, with Usher, she probably was 50. Like with R. Kelly, she was 15. So that's what. So,
Stop.
so they
Stop.
couldn't have messed with the same girl. Like, it's impossible, physically
Stop.
impossible. One likes from 50, one likes from 15. So there's no way they
One
messed
like
with.
moms, one like daughters. So
That song was pure cap right there. Like, same girl.
my gosh. Oh boy.
But
What's good with you?
uh, like I said, summertime shy. We in full effect right now. You know the weather been kind of funky, but we had a
Yeah.
couple of hot days here and there. Yeah,
It's been just very rainy.
it's been a
Like I
couple
haven't
of them.
gotten to
Like last
enjoy
week. I think
my
we got like 2 90-degree days last week, something like that. So a couple
I
of
think it's
hot
going to
days.
be some this weekend coming up. I think
Okay,
it's going to be in the 90s this weekend coming up.
it's a good thing.
But
Yeah, typically, like I
I
said,
just want to be outside without
Chicago
rain.
typically has 2 seasons. Yeah, like freezing cold, hot as hell. We haven't really got our hot as hell season yet. So it's
I just want to be outside and enjoy my outdoor area because I haven't really been able to enjoy my backyard really like that. Like I have my backyard and it's been raining, so I'm like, this kind
I
of
think I went
sucks.
to the
But
lakefront like once, like before I went to class, because I teach class downtown. And like
mhm.
sometimes I get to work early, I'd walk over and walk over to Lakeshore Drive. Like by the
Yeah,
fountain
just
and
some
everything. Yeah, but
action.
haven't been able to do that. It's like so much. The weather been funky. Yeah.
I was at Navy Pier the other day and I wanted to get on the Ferris wheel and then it started storming raining. I was like, okay, won't be getting on the Ferris wheel. It just started downpouring. And I'm like, okay, this ain't it.
Yeah.
And then after all the downpour, then it just lifted. I'm like, okay, now the weather gets nice.
Well,
But we
that's
still love our city. We love our city. We
I
love our
definitely
city.
love our time
Oh,
shot.
where did we want to begin?
Uh, I don't know if you've been I'm gonna start here because it's been controversial lately. Have you
There's two controversies I have in my head, but I'm gonna see where you go. Let me see where you
well, I'll put
go
mine
with
out
it.
there. I'll just say the words try that in a small town. Have you been paying attention to that at all?
I saw the blurb, but I didn't really like search
Jason
the origin
Aldean,
of where
country
it came.
singer. I never heard of this guy, first of all, because I don't follow country music like that. The last
Neither
country
do
songs I
I.
know that was Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, and that wasn't even really country. It's
He's
like,
not really.
and
I got the voices in the
that was
back.
like I'm not the authority on country music, and nonetheless, needless to say, I'm not the authority on country music, but he put out a song called "Try That in a Small Town." I'm about to pull up the lyrics, and obviously we won't be playing that song here because music rights, and I want to get my shit taken down. But like with music,
You
it's
don't want to
like
have the family feud.
yeah, definitely put down your music right.
It's like I saw the blurb, but like I didn't know the origin of it because like I've been kind of in and out of social media like lately. I haven't really been on
Yeah,
as much. I've been kind of busy with other stuff. But I saw that and I was like, okay, I don't know. I said, I guess this is a controversy. Try it in a small town,
yeah.
but I
And I
didn't
went
really
and
search
listened
to
to the
see
song
more.
because obviously like it's streaming everywhere nowadays. It's easy to find music. When like back in the day,
Yeah,
you had to actually go like
Spotify,
get a copy of that shit. It's like yeah. So I pulled it.
Spotify, Tidal,
I listened to it on my title, yeah, just to see like
uh,
what
even,
everybody was talking about.
even Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora
Yeah.
for the boomers that want to stream. Pull up your Pandora. We'll call that boomer stream. Boom stream is what they should call it.
Boomer screen.
Boom stream. Yeah.
I Spotify most of the time when I listen to my music. I just Spotify it.
You also have YouTube music. You got
So
Apple Music. You got options to listen to music basically.
you got options, yes. You don't have to
Amazon.
wait for
I
it to
think
come on
yeah.
the radio
I
now.
think Amazon has
Yeah.
music too. It's like, but I read the lyrics. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I read them. Like yeah. So sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act like a fool. Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, light it up. Well, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. That's like basically like the song goes. And see how far you make it down the road around here. We take care of our own. You cross that line, we won't take long. For you to find out, I recommend you don't try that in a small town. That's like the first verse and the hook in there. Yeah. So that's basically saying that and then like it's a video out to it. It basically shows
Somebody who's
like
never been to a large city.
say it again.
That's what it sounds like.
Say it again.
It sounds like you've never been in a large city. It sounds like you've never been in a large city ever.
That's what it
So
was comparing. It's like yeah, you
that's what it sounds like to me. And I mean, I'm a city girl, period. That's my little pun right there. I am. I'm a city girl. Always been a city
born and raised
girl.
on the south side of Chicago over the
Always been city.
mm-hmm.
I'm a South Side girl
over,
of Chicago. So,
over.
but with that being said, I have also been in settings where I was around people from small towns. I went to an agricultural high school. We went to a convention, and when we came and we said we were from Chicago, they were like, "You're from Chicago." Oh, they were just like amazed that we were from Chicago. Like, our town has 1,200 people in it. We're like, okay. We were like, all right. Like, that's more than a project. That's like a project building has more than that in Chicago. So we were like, okay. But I mean, it's obviously, I mean, if you've lived in a small city your whole life, you'll say that, hey, this is the way to live. If you live in a big city your whole life, you say, hey, this is the way to live. It just basically boils down to what you're used to and what you're comfortable around. So one isn't, I won't say one is better than the other per se. I won't say it like that, but what you're used to is what you're comfortable around. Like I said, I'm comfortable in a big city setting. You put me in a rural, I can figure
United
it
States
out.
is
I survive.
the United States is mostly these small towns. It's like you have your big
Yes.
cities who are like yeah, the big cities get all the attention, but like yeah, the vast majority of the country is these little small towns that he was talking about, basically.
Start driving 57 south in Illinois. Just drive 57 south in Illinois. You'll see a lot of them small towns when you're driving south. Yep, get out of Chicago and you'll see that.
Well, the
But
controversy started go ahead, kid.
That's what I gathered from it, is that he's probably never been in a large city, like, because it's like the generalization, like, yes, crime happen in large cities. Of course, it's a large city. You put a bunch of people concentrated in a small area, you're going to get some friction. It's going to be friction that happens, of course.
Which is why the
project, it's not.
Which is why the projects, especially the high-rise projects, was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Put that many poor people together under one roof is like, yes, come on.
Elevators didn't work half the time. Mm-mm. It's a death trap. It is.
And I'm familiar with both Cabrini and even more so with Robert Taylor. I won't give time. I won't give reason why I was spending time in either of those. But yeah, I'm familiar with both of those projects from back then. It's like so, and yeah, it wasn't a good idea from the begin with.
Yeah,
but what the controversy was when CMT pulled the video off the air because yeah, CMT pulled it. Because they were playing the video and then they pulled it after a few days. So of course, like on both sides, it got attention. The left and the right, like yeah, just jumped in and gave their opinions on this shit. So like, but to long story short, like after the video was pulled, it basically it's been number one. It's the number one streaming song out right now. Like so, if you were trying to bring attention to this fucking record, it worked. It's like, and I get like I said, I get why he made the record. Yeah, especially if you're not from the city, I can see why you could say, hey, like you might try that shit up here, but like it's like we do that in the hood too. It's like it's like try that shit in the hood. It's like it's like the country version of that shit to me. It's like try that in the small town. Try that on O Block. Try that on O Block. It's like
on 63rd. I'm trying to see some. Try that on 79.
Try that on O Block. That's like saying that.
I'm trying to see some.
Which is why I wasn't that upset about this vid, but I get why people would be upset about it. But to me, I'm like, I get it because we do that shit too. It's just
one thing I just say. Like never been in. It's easy to make a generalization when you don't have all the facts because we have family from a small town. Marcus's family is from a small town. And when they came up to Chicago and visited, they were kind of like, and we're like, we from the South Side. We have you smack dead in the middle of the South Side. You are on the South Side. You are in the real part of Chicago. Not saying downtown Chicago, but you get what I'm saying. You're not in the touristy part. You're on the South Side. And they was like, wow, this isn't nothing like, they were like amazed that like it was normal. Like, yeah, it was a lot of activity because it's like the stores and the shops and things. And it was a commercial we were at, but they were like, it wasn't at all like how they envisioned. They were just thinking just so much violence, just so much, just hectic stuff going on when that happened. And they're like, this isn't at all like we're like, no, like, yes, that type of, we're not going to be like, it doesn't happen at all because like violence happens in major cities. It does, but if you only have the view where you see on the news that 5 people were shot on this today, if that's all you see, that's all you're going to think. You're going to think that Chicago is like Chirac. I hate that term or whatever, but that's what they wanted to paint Chicago as. It's a war zone here. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And if that's the only thing that you think about, so this is the notion that you're going to have in your head. It's the preconceived notion. And that's just what I think it is. Like we all can do a little better with understand that everybody who lives in a rural area isn't like, yeah, let's go get everybody isn't a hillbilly that lives in a rural, everybody isn't like that. And everybody is nice in a major city. Like we both, like we're not like, yeah, people on both sides that are, that fit those stereotypes in both settings, but for the most part, it's like we all just want to go to work and come home to our family. That's all everybody want to do. You want to go to work and come home to your family.
And that's like the misconception about what I hate about when stories like this happen is like it's like not every Negro is scary and shit and like hiding under their desk from white people and so it's like because that's what the story they want to put out there when stuff like that is like, oh look, they coming to lynch a nigga, they want to keep you scared and shit and all that is like I wasn't scared of the shit. Like I get what he was saying that don't bring that to our town. It's like like that's and same thing I want like don't bring that bullshit around here. It's like y'all bullshit over there. Don't bring it over here. That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't want negativity in my setting. Like if you want some negative shit, you ain't coming in my house.
Like you live in a nice neighborhood and you say the same thing. Don't bring that bullshit over here. It's like,
I don't want that negative.
Don't clown over there, but like don't bring that over here. It's like
don't bring that over here. Don't bring that over here. I don't want that negative over here.
Yeah, like as black people, we just wanna like be like just live life too. It's like we're not just like like. We're not just looking to like being scared of being lynched every day. It's like we just want to live life too.
We just I want to go home, go to work, and be able to come home to my family.
Yep.
That's what I want to do.
Live our lives.
That's the main goal. Like we want to be able to live our life without fear, without wondering if somebody is out to get you. That's all you want to do.
What I saw, most of the outrage from this, like I said, you don't even really know the story. So most of the outrage, guess what's coming from? White liberals with most of the outrage. So these Karens out here trying to like tell me as a black man what I should be mad about.
Tell black people how you should feel.
Yeah, these Karens.
Once again,
these Kens and Karens trying to tell me what I should be mad at.
Once again, putting your nose where it shouldn't be. Don't you feel outraged? No. Like, no.
You're talking about lynching your people. Like, I didn't see that shit. It's like, I didn't even know this song till y'all made it a big deal. First of all, y'all the idiots that made this a big deal. I never even heard of this artist or this song till y'all made it front page news. That's all I'm saying.
Point where it says lynching or symbolize lynching. Point. If you can point those lyrics out where as he says,
he didn't even mention race in this song at all. To me, what I'm looking at, I didn't see race mentioned at all.
We know it was symbolism in the Billie Holiday and Strange Fruit. We know what Strange Fruit was. Like I said, that's why that was so controversial. Strange Fruit, because she was brave enough to make a song about strange fruit hanging in a tree. She was talking about black bodies being lynched, and she got reprimanded for it. Because she wasn't afraid to speak out and tell the truth about that, because a lot of lynches were going on during that time.
Yeah,
she wasn't afraid to speak up.
No, she saw actual racism.
She wasn't afraid to speak up.
Actual racism, not fake racism. She experienced actual racism.
It was nothing. From what you said, it was no Strange Fruit lyrics, and that's what I didn't see. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, I just looked at it as like, like try that in the hood. That's what I looked at it like, the flip side of that and shit. Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
We say it all the time. Fuck around and find out.
Yep. I'm the king of that, saying fuck around and find out shit. Yeah.
I say I'm trying to see some.
That's another good one. Trying to see some. But y'all are assholes that made the song #1. But yeah, I just thought we'd talk about it, see if the kid even knew this story. Like so.
I've been following some other stuff that's been going down. Can we say it? Well, this is a story that started developing last week.
Hey, we missed it. I know where you're going. We missed this story because we were talking about Hollywood and the strikes and all of that. So I had that story in my notes, the one you
really did enjoy.
Yeah.
It really is a good it really was good.
Yeah, last week's episode was one of our best episodes. Yeah. One of our best episodes. We talked.
If you're listening for the first time,
Yeah, bro, we broke
Like we
down
said,
like,
welcome if you're listening for the first time. Welcome.
yep. We
But go
broke
back
down
to the
like
previous
all of the
episode.
we broke down from like top to bottom, like the high end, the highest of the highest to the lowest of the lowest, the Hollywood salaries, like we
In
broke it
Hollywood.
down. Article was from about 10 years ago, but like if you adjust for inflation, you can still get an idea of like what it is. Like, yeah. So,
A
but
spoiler alert, everybody in Hollywood isn't a millionaire. That's a
facts,
spoiler
yeah.
alert.
Mm-hmm.
No, but this story started last week, and now that it's unfolded, we have more details.
Yeah. Shout out Jussie Smollett before we get into it. Yeah. Famous French actor, yeah, he's he's been on strike from Hollywood. He's been on strike not by choice though. He's been on strike for years. Yeah. It's not called strike, it's called being blackballed with him. It's not because he ain't acted since that shit. Yeah.
If you guys have been following a young
I am not
lady by the
suicidal.
name of
I am not suicidal.
young lady by the name of Carlee Russell.
Carlee Russell, yeah.
Appeared to be kidnapped and taken possibly for human trafficking. Now, human trafficking is a very real thing that is still happening today.
Yeah.
It's still going on. It's girls, and when I say girls, like young children being taken and kidnapped, this is happening. It's very scary as a parent, as a woman, seeing that women are just ending up missing. It's highly scary for us. And apparently she appeared on the radio from last week. Well, she called 911 to let them know that she saw a toddler on the side of the road walking on a busy interstate on the side of the road. She was coming from called in. She was coming from getting food. It was about 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
So as a person who, I am a reporter, I am a mandated reporter for children. I am with my job. So if I see something that looks amiss, I need to report it. I do. I'm not sure what type of job she has, but she felt compelled. And even if you're not a mandated reporter, report something you see that's suspicious. So she gets out of the car to approach the child and see like what's wrong with the child. Like, did somebody abandon this child? And then before this was before she got the car, she called a friend, or not a friend, she called a relative and was on the phone with them. And then they said they could hear a struggle going on after she got out the vehicle to ask the child where they heard her, which sounded like she was met with some bullshit. They said they could hear outside noise from the highway and they could hear her screaming and hear some weird things going on.
So they
called the police.
Yeah, they find her car abandoned with her phone, her wig, and
her phone, her Apple Watch,
some other shit. Yeah.
So apparently, if somebody, and the car was still running, so the fact that the car is still running, okay, the vehicle didn't get stolen, the phone didn't get stolen, so this isn't a robbery or a carjacking.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? This woman is now missing. So very scary to hear stuff like that. And she's only a 25-year-old woman, so a young woman gets snatched off. And a thing that always was just bizarre to me, that when they kept on saying yes, and her wig was found on the side of the road, that just always bothered me.
Yeah, they kept talking about the wig.
Like
I don't get I never got the fascination with the wig.
That bothered me.
I never got the fascination with the wig either, even before.
That bothered me because I'll tell you why. I know a lot of comedians have made their jokes about the wig, saying that black women ain't leaving no hair. But my thing is that when they said the wig thing, I was just so offended because I'm like, okay, not all Black women wear wigs. And I was just very offended because it just became like, it was like it just felt like a stereotypical trope at that to me. So I was just upset. I'm like, if this woman is met with actual real harm, you guys are focusing on silly shit about this damn wig. That was like what my focus was. I was like, let's focus and let's get this woman home. I even posted on my social media that, like if we do our part as social media people, like we always say, internet, do your job. We're detectives now on the internet. Let's put it out there. And then when they said that she returned home, I was like, oh, thankfully. But then immediately when she returned home, people started adding 2 and 2, and they're like, 2 and 2 is not coming up to 4. So people started conducting their own
especially like the way the family started acting like right after like she came home. It's like, because think about it, if you like were abducted, went through something traumatic like that, it's like you want to tell your story, but they kept saying like well, just let us be and all of that. Is like they wanted to be hush hush about this. Whereas before it's like it was front page news. Now they wanted to go away. I'm like, something sounds off about that. Like one of your friends posted about it. I won't say her name, but yeah, and that's one of my responses. Like it's like I said, something sounds off about this, but I'll wait and see what happens. Like I didn't no judgment. I was like, yeah, like it's just something sounds off about this story.
Everybody processes trauma differently. Everybody doesn't process trauma the same way.
Yeah,
so
and I didn't
fair.
say she was lying there, but I just said it's something off about this story. But let's see what happens. That's the way I approached it. Yeah.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. But then people start saying something isn't adding right. These dots are not connecting. So then when they start pulling back up, because we live in the computer era, people would say, like when the police pulled stuff from her phone, they said they found searches that talked about
Amber Alerts.
Amber Alerts and how to take money without being, how to take money from a cash register without being noticed.
Yeah. And Amber, and like how old do you have to be like to receive an Amber Alert? It was shit like that she was looking up, like yeah, like weird shit like about yeah.
And then us being who we are, detectives, Black people, we I swear like CIA don't have nothing on Black people sometimes. Like when we want to find out the tea, because it was like, look at her old post. She put down that Taken was her favorite movie. Mm-hmm. Like people started delving into like her old post. Just like screenshot that.
And then when it really got interesting to me was when the traffic cam came up where you could see like where the incident in real time when it happened. Like you see, okay, there's a car pulling over. It's at night, and it's like it's not a 100% clear video. It's at night, and it was on a busy highway. Except first you saw it was like on some like little hit country road. It's like
on like a
it's like on an interstate or something like that. So I was like, okay, like on this like busy highway. I was like, I don't see a toddler in this video, and nobody else saw a toddler that was driving. Like if you're on a busy road, it'd have been more people calling about a toddler, not just her. It's like you would have got like, because it was too many cars out there.
Yeah,
and somebody would have said like, "Hey, it's a baby on this." Even if people that don't pull over, they would have said, "Hey, I just saw a baby on the side of the road." Like I do that all the time. Like not for like babies, obviously. Like I'm not her. It's like yeah, but like for stranded motorists, I do that. It's like so I hit my OnStar and I'd be like, "Hey, it's like there's a stranded motorist on the Bishop Ford near 130th. Like, yeah, just in case like they didn't have a phone. I don't know. Yeah, or their phone was dead. It's like I said, it's like I don't know if they made contact. And most of the time they did make contact because most people have phones. So yeah, like we've made contact with that person. We sending help. I was like, but thanks for being a good citizen. Like, so I call about people all the time on the road. Yeah, is basically what I'm saying.
Do your part. Yeah, you can do your part. Yeah.
So somebody would have called and said that, hey, it's a baby out there, like yeah, and like in the video, like I was like, the video is at night, but I don't see a baby. I kept saying, like, hey, I don't see one.
And the cars were just zipping, yeah. The way the cars were zipping on the highway, it's like it didn't seem nothing out of the ordinary. It didn't seem nothing was strange going on. And then also, before that, when people were saying when it appeared that she was abducted, then people started like they're like I wonder if it was a little person that was out there pretending to be a child, and then they're working in cahoots. Like people were just coming up with all these crazy theories.
Now
all these scenarios I'm playing out.
I'm Hitch bitch was out there now.
It was like saying that it could have been a little, because it could have been a little person that was out there posing as a child, just to get her out there to lure out the car, and then their partner came in and they attacked her. Like people were just like coming up with all these
that'll be if there's a little
theories.
No, that's wild as fuck.
Hey, I know is that Dick Wolf is trying to do this right now.
I want I'm Hitch bitch to play the.
I know this is Dick Wolf right now. Law and Order SVU. Oh wait, they're on strike, but.
Yeah.
But, well, when they
what's my guy?
I know Dick Wolf is like
Peter Dinklage from fucking Game of Thrones. Just shave his beard off.
But
I want him to be out there.
then so they're like watching the video. So they're like, when she came, but then people just started delving in. And then once they realized, they're like, she lying. like she lying. Like people have come to the conclusion that this was just all a
And
hoax.
also
And then
more technology. Like I said, we live in a technology age. So, like I said, they checked their Google search. We mentioned that. We also mentioned the traffic cam, and what about the they pinged her phone to see like where
yeah,
she was when she made this call. And then like she said she was following the toddler, but like the distance from like on the phone was like the size of about 6 football fields. Like that's a hell of a fast toddler that can walk. That's like that's called 6 football
they could
fields.
run what's it called? Like a 4-3, whatever it's called, like in football. They just run
Yeah.
it.
We got the next fucking Emmett Smith or Walter Payton. That's a hell of a fucking toddler and shit out there. Adrian Peterson was in this bitch and shit.
Which one guy out there? What's his name? Beast Mode. You got him out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Marshawn Lynch. So that's a hell of
There
a
you go. You
toddler and
got
shit.
Beast Mode out there.
Yeah.
Beast Mode.
Yeah,
I'm here so I won't get
Yeah,
fined.
Devin Hester returning a punt and shit. That's a hell of a fucking toddler out there and shit. It's like he went 6 football. Had Devin
Okay.
even go 6 football. He ran the whole length, but like you had 6 football fields. It's like,
Oh, shit.
it's like that's a hell of a fucking problem. Because then when you started when they said that, they saying there like the distance from where she was following the toddler it was like before like she got abducted, it was like the length of about 6 football fields. Like you got a 5-year-old, it's a little bit above a toddler, but there's no way he could like outrun you for 6 football fields and shit.
No.
You're gonna catch up to
Khalil
him
can
pretty
run,
quick.
but he can't run that. Khalil got happy feet. He can run. He's a fast
But
little
you're gonna
dude,
catch up to him
but he
pretty
ain't
quick though.
fast.
It's like
But he ain't that damn fast.
he ain't gonna be
My
running
kids
no
can't run.
six football fields while you catch. Football fields 100 yards. That's like 6
Heavy
football
yards,
fields.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was like then when she was like she was at Red Roof Inn or something, like it's like the stories just wasn't matching up, and then people
Yeah, the way they there, she said, when I got to the toddler, and then some creepy redhead grabbed me. I was like, so yeah, so Prince Harry was out there and shit. I was like,
Blake Griffin was out there. I mean, like,
some creepy redhead grabbed her. That's like, I thought Prince Harry. I was like, I guess she wanted to get her Meghan Markle on and shit.
I thought Blake Griffin because I mean he's an athlete and he can run. He's fast, so I mean I don't know about Blake Griffin.
And then she said they stripped her down. They took her clothes off, but didn't rape her though. They just like they stripped her down. It's like which is like gonna come into play later about what they found on her when they found her later. Like when they stripped her down naked and shit. Yeah. And then she got away once. They caught her again. So she escaped twice, basically. Like they caught her again. It's like, and then the second time she escapes, like she gets back, like, and somehow she just like ends up right in front of her parents' house. It's like that's where she ended up. Just like after you ran from the woods and like the woods ended right in front of your parents' house. It's like that's where the chase ended and shit. Yeah.
This is a Tubi movie. That's what somebody said. It's a Tubi
Definitely a Tubi
movie.
Check out Heaven on 7 now on Tubi. Just yeah.
And then so there she was like she was at the Red Roof Inn, and I saw some report about the Red Roof Inn, and I'm like, but what did she have on her person when she showed up at her parents' house? What did she have on?
Oh, when they found her, that she had like over $100 in her fucking sock. It's like, so they strip you down, but they let you keep the money. They didn't take
they strip you down, but they let you keep on your socks
and gave your money back and shit too. It's like, oh yeah, here you drop this. It's like it's $100. Here you drop your $100. Like, when they found the cat, and that's where the whole like taking money out of the register thing comes in, because they did find like over $100 in her sock. It's like, yeah, like did they strip you down? Like I guess they gave you a cash back, don't you?
Somebody who worked retails for many years, and that was part of my job, is to like count down registers. That was a big part of my job for many years. You can't. I'm going to tell you, as a professional who did for years, counting down registers, you can't take money out the drawer without people knowing. You can't. It's tracked. It's easily tracked. You can't. So don't even try it. I'm telling you guys that right now. Don't try it. Don't do it.
Unless you just about
But
unless you just about to quit anyway. That's the only way it works. You're trying to get
right,
away.
it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. And then when they showed the picture of her, and then they were talking about then the wig thing came into play again because she didn't have her wig on. I'm like, let's
Y'all really feeling some type of way
say
about
about
this?
this wig.
Y'all feeling some type of way about this
I
damn?
was so agitated. I was so bothered because I'm like, let's get this woman home safely, and you guys are talking about this damn wig.
This
But
wig got y'all
after I read
bugging, man.
everything that came out,
This damn wig really got
everything,
y'all bugging, man. So,
but then when I read everything that came out, then I started being like, this feels like Juicy all over again. Before I even saw the Juicy memes come out, and then all of a sudden, then all the Juicy, then once the internet gets a hold of it, then I just saw Jussie everywhere. Jussie saying, I believe her. You know, I saw those memes, and you know the meme with like the person fades into, it's like the
yeah,
four frames and it fades into like,
yeah.
then they had her and then it faded into Jussie, and I'm like, okay, they just, but we
I
knew
am not
Jussie was lying. You wasn't
suicidal.
in the polar vortex.
Yeah.
You wasn't getting Subway in the middle of the polar
Polar
vortex. You weren't
vortex
doing
and
that.
got attacked by two
MAGA.
Nigerians in MAGA hats. Is like, yeah, that poured bleach on you for being a you know what.
And they had the rubber net that you left on.
Kept it on for the when the cops arrived, you kept just like I say, because they have that on the body cam where it's like, hey, like why you still got that around you? He wants him to see the news, right? If somebody actually like tries to put the news, the first thing you're gonna do is get that thing up. You're like, you're not gonna walk around. It's like, hey, look at the news they tried to hang me with.
That's what they did to me. But my silver line, in all seriousness, though, I know like people are pissed that this was a hoax. And I get it because we actually did show real concern that we thought that this woman was kidnapped.
And there's always a thing like on the media, like when Joy Reid was talking about it last year with saying when black girls go missing, it's never covered. But they covered the shit out of this story and shit. Is like, yeah, so like that's what made it unique. Okay, like it's a missing black girl that got national attention. It's like, yeah.
Before I get my 2 cents on the plot twist, was this all just a big ass social experiment that we all just fell victim to? You know how they be doing them social experiments like on what would you do? Like they be doing those. Was this just a big ass episode? What would you do? Was this what this was? Did we all get punked?
A lot of
Did
this
we all
stuff,
get punked?
I think a lot of this stuff, I think it is distractions. I don't know if this is or the
Did we all get punked?
or the Jason Aldean thing. But a lot of stuff is distractions, though. Yeah.
But my thing I will say about this, the silver line that I did say about all this, even though this is proven now that it is obviously a hoax now, the silver line I will say is that we did give attention to Black women being missing because, as Brother Malcolm said, Malcolm X said, the Black woman is the most disrespected person in the country, which it is. The Black woman is. So it did put a spotlight on saying that another Black woman is not going to go missing. We just sweep it under the rug. But the flip side of that is that doing stupid shit like that, now if somebody actually does come missing, now you put this stupid shit out there. So that's the downside is that, okay, it did get the attention because oftentimes stuff like this is swept under the rug. Like the postal worker that went missing in Chicago. No one still knows what happened to her. But when you do give attention now and you prove that it's a hoax, now it's like, we don't want to be the boy who cried wolf. We don't want that to happen. We don't want a wolf situation to happen right now. So I'm hoping that people are saying that it's possible that, you know, I'm not a doctor, but people are saying they wonder if it's a mental illness thing with her. If she has like,
yeah, I want to know what the motivation, because she's refusing to cooperate now. It's like she did the one interview with the police and then she hasn't. Now she won't even talk. Like I want to know what's the motivation behind all of this? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what is the motivation? And like you say, it could be, like I was saying, it could be like the whole, like I forgot what that condition is called. Like you just seek attention. It's like you're just like, I forget, it's like a medical term, like you're just like attention star. Like, you know, you just are so like you need this attention and you're just so starving for attention. I forgot what that medical term is, but it's like they're wondering if she has those tendencies because it is just very bizarre to just come up with this story and It is just very, I'm hoping that whatever she has going on, that she does find some answers. I mean, she's a young lady. You're gonna have to take this L. You're gonna get clowned for a while. If she is on social media, I would advise her to just deactivate all your social media accounts. Deactivate everything. No more Instagram, no more Facebook, no more Twitter for you if you have any of those.
Yeah,
and just try to get the healing that you need. Most important, get the healing that you need. If you may have to move, you may have to move to another town. You may have to move.
yeah, I don't know if there's any criminal charges that could be filed. I don't know. Like, did she break any laws with this? I don't know. Like, what if like because with Juicy, you saw what happened. Well, he did like 2 days in jail, but yeah, with him it's like his actual charge. So I wonder if it's like would it be?
I'm not suicidal.
I am not
I was so
suicidal.
mad. I was so mad wasting our. I'm a taxpayer wasting our tax dollars on that nonsense. That's what I'm mad most about Jussie. Like that comes out of like we're taxpayers in Chicago. We're taxpayers.
Hey,
Taking our tax away, yeah.
Fucking clowns.
Shoot, that's what I'm mad about. Wasting our dollars. My property taxes better going because of his ass. That's what I'm mad about.
Juicy. Yeah, if I had known then, I'd have knocked him out on the set of Empire. If I had known then. This before I met him twice on the set of Empire. If I'd known then what I know now, I'd have been the one in jail because I'd have knocked Juicy out.
But Carly, I hope that Carly does get the help that she needs, if she does need help with stuff. And I'm hoping that people aren't going to enable the situation. I'm hoping people aren't going to make light of it, because this is some wild ass accusations to come up with. So I'm hoping that real stuff is being addressed here. I guess there's some underlying issues.
You still believe the story and think that she's like not lying, and you have shit for brains. Because there's some people that still like, oh yeah, well yeah, I think I believe her. Like, yeah, you have shit for brains. Yeah. You're a lost cause and shit. So.
Well, you open the door about distraction. Like, I mean, like it seems like things just happen at the right time. It seems like things kind of piece together. Like you said, like the whole, try this in a small town and the Carly Russ, like all this stuff is like, so what could possibly be going on? Well, and these two actually do tie together. So I'm gonna do like a 2-in-1 with this. We saw a video did surface of Jamie Foxx.
I watched it.
Did you see his video?
Watched it.
Yeah, and he basically, in so many words, said, "Thank you for your concern. Yeah. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for everything."
He still didn't say what happened, but he basically said,
at the same time,
he said, "I had a medical scare," like in so many words.
Yeah, but at the same time, he said that I'm healing. I'm working on my journey. I'm still healing everything, but he didn't disclose. And the thing that people are still upset is that they're still upset that why isn't he disclosing his personal information?
He probably never. Probably never will.
How can I lightly put this? Celebrities are people, and they don't owe you shit. That's the bottom line. Yeah. They're just people.
He'll probably never say what actually happened. I don't see him ever saying it.
Yeah. If he wants to, he'll do it on Oprah. That's where he'll do it. He'll do it with Oprah. If he wants to,
maybe something like that. Yeah, but yeah, he probably.
If he wants to do it, he'll do it with Oprah.
He's probably
not. If he wants to do it, if that's a big if. If he wants to do it, he would do it with Oprah on her thing. That's where he would do it at. But I mean, celebrities, they're people. Yes, like we get wrapped up in the whole, because Jamie is like he's ridiculously talented. He's funny. He can sing. He can act. He produces stuff now. Like he's
been around since the 90s.
30 years.
In Living Colors. Like that's
30 years. He's an amazingly talented person, but at the end of the day, he's just a person like you and me. He's just a person. So we can speak personally. Like over the past year, we've had a few family members. I'm not going to say the relation because I don't want you guys figuring out who, but we've had several family members who have been hospitalized, but they did not disclose any of that on their social media. And they're usually pretty open about their day. Like, they're open about, hey, I did this today, or hey, I'm going here. But they said nothing about their hospitalizations because guess what? It wasn't your damn business. They still have not said nothing about their hospitalizations. Guess what? It's not your damn business. I know because I was given the information, but I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to give a clue to say who it was.
Two close relatives in general. I'm thinking,
right. If I just say relatives,
in particular,
I'll leave you.
I'm thinking about two in particular.
Exactly. So we probably think of the same two people. We're probably thinking of it. Like I said, well, how we just say relatives. We're not going to divvy out and say, yeah, so, because then you'll figure it out. I'm just saying relatives. I'm not going to say who.
It wasn't either of us. For those of y'all that thinking that too, that we talking about ourselves.
It wasn't either. Yeah. And we got a big ass family, so good luck. Yeah. Good luck trying to figure out. Good luck. I got a big ass family.
Not like we got talking about me,
good
like being hospitalized and not saying that. No, it wasn't that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not your business. If he wants to disclose it, he'll disclose it. But it doesn't seem like he wants to disclose it. But he did show gratitude, saying that thank you guys for showing your concern and being, holding those prayers for me. But I saw some Jamie in it where he did the thing where he went cross-eyed and and he was still making, it was good to see him make some jokes because it's like, okay, he's been through a tremendous ordeal, and the fact that he was able to still be funny, I did like that. And this is where the bullshit starts, because people were saying his hair looked longer, and then he looked light-skinned now. All of
a sudden, now people are saying that this is a clone. That's what that's
a clone, and I'm going
really him and shit. Yeah, because once again, like no celebrity can actually get sick or die. It's always like some kind of secret society bullshit. Whenever something happens with a celebrity, only regular people get sick and die. It's like, yeah.
Didn't we learn our business when we saw Chadwick on the video when he was gravely ill? When he was talking about the Jackie Robinson, when he was talking about Jackie Robinson Day, and he was talking there, everybody just kept on talking about his appearance. That's all everybody talked about was his appearance.
Panther
he was delivering a powerful message.
Yeah,
he was delivering a powerful message about Jackie Robinson wearing the 42 hat. He was delivering a powerful message, but all people kept on talking about was how he looked like he was on crack. That's all everybody said in the comment section. Nobody said nothing positive. And then shortly after, a few months later, he died of cancer. And then all the people that made fun of him,
same thing happened with Walter Payton. Like, he threw out the first pitch at a Cubs game, like baseball season. Like, yeah. And then by November, he was dead or something like that. It's like, yeah. So because he was like battling like whatever, yeah, his condition, yeah. And people were talking about his appearance when he threw that pitch out. It's like making jokes and all of that. Like, damn, sweetness. Like, yeah, looking like he on that shit and all of that. Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: if somebody, when people get ill and have been hospitalized, people lose weight in the hospital. Especially, like I said, if you're not eating, as I say, if you're on feeding tubes, like I said, I'm not sure what Jamie's situation was, but if you're on tubes and you're not eating solid food,
yeah, sometimes they put you on a liquid diet.
Yeah, we don't know. If you're in then period, hospital food just isn't what, it's just not good. It's not high cuisine. It's just not.
Yeah, so have a good
it's like you're not going to be
not on a liquid diet. You're not going to have a good meal.
Yeah, you're not going to be chowing down like you did, like if you're at home just chowing down. But it's like you're in the hospital, so you're going to more than likely lose some weight if you're hospitalized. And then you're in the hospital, so you're not in the sun. You're not going to be getting tan. You're not in the sun. So, I mean, it's very plausible about him looking different, looking a little bit different. So stop with the clone stuff. But it's like, they went, and then people started trying to tie that together with his movie, because the movie just became available to stream. They cloned Tyrone. Have you watched it yet?
I didn't watch it, but I heard I haven't watched it. So. Yeah.
I watched it this morning. I give a thumbs up. Like, it's a very highly entertaining. I won't give spoilers, but it's very highly entertaining. I think it was written very nicely. I rewound it a couple of times, like when they it unfolds a lot of things. And like I was like, oh, you go and turn back and see like, okay, how this play, I turned back the thing a couple of times to see how stuff played out. But it was very entertaining. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I did. And people was like, yeah, well, he did have a movie called They Cloned Tyrone. He's probably, it was like, no, it's a movie. Like, to the best of my knowledge, human cloning isn't. They cloned Dolly the sheep. Dolly the sheep did get cloned.
And that was 30 years ago. They cloned a sheep. Is like, yeah, and haven't done nothing since.
But for the best of my knowledge, I'm not sure what lies out there for human cloning. I'm not sure what lies out there for that. But it's like everything isn't.
It's like Tupac, like with when Machiavelli came out, they said he faked his death because that came out right after he died. It's like, yeah, and some of Machiavelli, like, what he did, and yeah, what the real Machiavelli did. Like, yeah. And even before that, the I Ain't Mad at You video came out like right after he died too, and that's basically about Tupac in heaven. It's like, yeah, seeing all the celebrities and shit. It's like, so that's why the whole Tupac was still alive rumors were out there for so long, because of that, and new music kept coming out too. Like,
yeah, they had unreleased stuff.
Because Pac was a beast. Like, once he got out of jail, like after the rape cases, like he hit the studio and started recording. Pac was just like recording shit, yeah.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California Simmons. He said that out on bail.
That's his first song. Right out, he went straight to this. He didn't even go home. Like because
that was his first line.
He go straight to the studio and shit. And then like Dre was at the studio working on his album, and Cali Love was the song he was working on. So like Pac just hopped on that shit. I got to get on that. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California. So Pac was like the last year of his life, he was living in the studio basically, which is why so much unreleased stuff came out.
And if you think about, if you're just recording 6, 7, 8, 9 hours a day, you just recording every day.
If he had a vault, he probably had a vault like Prince. I'm sure, like he probably had a vault of shit like that. Yeah. Like Prince, well, they say what's the name? They say Kanye got a vault too. It's like so much unreleased music that he got too. It's like,
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but that's what happened. Like I said, I don't think that Jamie Foxx is cloned, but like I said, but check out They Cloned Tyrone if you're into freaky shit that's going on. Like, it put me in like a kind of like a modernized Black version, kind of like of They Live. That's where it felt kind of like.
They Live.
Like, if you like They Live, if you like that from like the 80s, if you like They Live, because we know they obey.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Classic line, which is a Roddy Piper ad lib that wasn't scripted.
But if you're into stuff like that, then I would say if you like Get Out, if you like something that's like a little bit kind of like on the shit, like Get Out had those like stuff. If you like things like that, then you'll enjoy They Cloned Tyrone. You will definitely enjoy that movie. You will. But Jamie Foxx, it was him. He's not cloned. And even he joked about it. He was like, I'm not cloned. Because he has people say like, I'm not cloned. Like,
But the conspiracy
but he doesn't owe you to tell you.
He
don't owe it to you to tell you.
They're gonna keep it going. But sad story to report right here. Rest in peace going to the son of Gillie the Kid. He's a rapper / podcaster. His son was shot and killed. It's a triple shooting. I think the other two people are in critical condition, but his son was actually killed. 25 years old, shot in the back, in Philly. So sad story report right there. Yeah. So he's
so young.
Another fellow podcaster. His son that got murdered, in Philadelphia.
That's so awful.
So I saw that. I was like, yeah, that's 25 years old. Crazy. Young man.
Just really starting your life at 25. You're just really just getting going.
Yeah.
And condolences to his family. It's awful to hear things like that.
Sorry to bring things down, but let's lift it back up a little bit with a little bit of Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Signed Io DeSumo. It was DeSumo. I always fuck his name. Io DeSumo, 3 years, 21 mil. So about 7 mil a year, something like that. So because like he was
The
like
ILL, I
he was in limbo for a while because the Bulls made most of their moves. It's like what's up with Io? Like he's restricted free agent, like no word yet. And it seemed like he had one foot out the door because like a lot of the bloggers were saying like he like all signs are pointing to him not getting
Yeah, I
re-signed,
saw that. They were saying he's on the door.
which the signs were pointing towards that. But yeah, they re-upped. So the Bulls re-signed. I still think the Bulls need another big. Like I get them re-signing him. Like it's like he had a solid rookie season. His sophomore year was just iffy. That's why he ended up getting replaced by Beverly in the starting lineup. But so we'll see what happens year number 3 with Mr. Io, and he's here now. So now is
you gotta make
all
it
eyes
do
on
what it do now.
all eyes on Io now. Is like
You gotta make it do what it do because now
I
you
still
making
wouldn't
real
start.
money now.
I still wouldn't start him. I still would start Kobe White over him, but that's just my
Yeah,
opinion. It's like
you making real money now, so
yeah.
you know how people are. They gonna want to see some production. So we want you to step up and do it for the Shy.
But
Be a
the
Shy Town guy. So want to see
roster is
him do
pretty
the
much
damn
set.
thing.
Like I said, the Bulls, I think, still need one more big because they cut Marco Seminovic
Mhm.
as they should have. He wasn't good. It's like, and I think they cut Bradley. I think they cut him a while ago. So
I
yeah,
hope so.
yeah.
Yeah, because he was awful.
So yeah, you need another one more big, I think, because you have Vooch who signed up, and then you got Drummond who like opted into his player option.
Mhm.
So yeah, you got Drummond for at least one more year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they need one more big in my opinion. Just as for like insurance, third
It's
string
insurance,
fit. Yeah.
man.
Like if like Vooch or somebody or one of them gets hurt, you don't want to play
Mhm.
Drummond 48 minutes. So like yeah, or you don't want to
Yeah. Oh,
necessarily
no,
go
that.
small and shit either. So yeah, you want to have like options. So like have somebody to like give somebody a breather. So I think they need
Mhm.
one more big in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, they roster is pretty set. Hope they get it because it looks like they let some guys go too. Like
Mhm.
I don't think Javonte Green is gonna be back. He's a free agent. Derrick Jones Jr. opted out of his contract, so it's a good chance he doesn't. Yeah, so you lost. Javonte I liked. He had that energy,
I
but
like Javante. That was like yeah.
it's like,
Because
but yeah,
Javante is 5 Javante Greens out there.
yeah.
He's the definition of hustle and muscle. He never met a ball going out of bounds that he didn't like. He
He
never
was the
gave up on
poor
any
man's
push.
version of another Green, of Draymond Green to me. Like he was like
Draymond, yeah.
to me, that's what Javonte was, a poor man's Draymond, like which is what I
The
like to
hustle plays.
yeah.
That's stuff that you don't see in the stat sheet, the hustle plays. And he did those well. Hmm.
But the Bulls only have
I'm
two
still
centers under contract. I think they need. You think you need one more? I think you need one more. Yeah, I think they need another
I'm
center.
still, I'm a basketball girl, so I'm still ready for basketball season. I'm
Well, you
just
got a while to wait. We ain't even we ain't even
I
got to.
know.
We ain't even started in NFL yet. It's gonna be a while before NBA.
I know.
But that's it. Not another damn podcast. I think I'm done.
Yes.
We're done. Wrapping this thing up. You want to give us you want to show us, first of all, we definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. If
We
you want to
do.
support
We
us
do.
further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on your platforms. Talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me
Hey.
at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to connect with me. That's how we do it up here. Not another damn podcast.
And you can check me out as IamA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCRHGULLA1 on Twitter, SCRHGULLA7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out .com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
There it is. Not another damn podcast. Episode 21. 21. That's how we doing it. And I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And by Ela.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.